We are back. Who else could it be? You mean Player of the Year? Bill O'Neill, if he wins, TOC. Am I going to roll the Lucky Larson? Likely not, because I have to be here. But I think Darren and Chris are going. I don't know for sure, though. I did enjoy my one experience pulling the Lucky Larson. Making the show helps. But guys, we're back. Been a couple weeks. Had some other things come up. And next week, there may or may not be a stream next week. Because just like, I think it was last week. Last week I had a dentist appointment. Next week I have another one. So depending if I finish early enough, may or may not be streaming next week. But we're here now. And we're here to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Because we haven't talked in the last few weeks. Last 2 weeks or so. So whatever you guys want to talk about, I'm down. We want to talk EJ. Want to talk, being left-handed. But if I were able to bet on bowling, definitely would have put money on EJ to win yesterday. Yeah, I think this is the first time I think the Player of the Year race is going to come down to the last event of the year, which I think is pretty cool. I think it's really only between EJ and Bill. Maybe Kyle. Because even then, I don't know if Kyle gets a win, 2 majors. And 2 majors and 1 regular, but lack of consistency. I don't know if that gets him there because EJ's been so consistent. But, Chuck, to your point, Bet Rivers, I, as a PBA member, am not allowed to bet on bowling. Don't want to get into, Pete Rose situation, although I'm not. They're not going to hold me out of the Hall of Fame because of that. They're going to hold me out of the Hall of Fame because I'm not eligible. I knew EJ was going to win because all the lefties were going to throw urethane, at least the first few. EJ, by himself, could sculpt the lanes exactly how he wanted. Right? And I thought he did a better job than Kyle did yesterday, being the other, or 2 days ago, being the other lefty. I saw where Kyle was one. I was like, wow, why is he so far left? I knew EJ was going to do a much better job of it. He was going to make sure that he was going to sculpt the lanes the way he wanted to. And I felt like as long as he got through the first match, he was golden. Which he was. His look was only going to get better, and all those urethane balls were only going to make it worse. As you saw with Russo, only missed the pocket once, shot 190. On top of that, historically in the arena, for those who don't know, they bowled the shows in the arena, not where they actually did qualifying. The left isn't quite as good over there in the arena. They just seem to hook a little bit earlier over there. Who's in the house? No, it doesn't change consistently. I mean, we got the same group of guys. I mean, I think they're all actually rooming for this week, so maybe you guys will get some really fun content out of them. They got this like gigantic mansion. There's like 11 of them staying there. So, but no, it doesn't change. It's the same group of guys. How would you break down a lane? Depends what you're bowling on. Typically, I like to make them hook as much to the right as possible because one, it it gives you a spot to comfortably throw it at, and I feel like making hook right gives you options. You can either throw it really fast up against that friction, or you can try and throw it slower and throw it at it. Um, some people like to make shim left. I feel like those are more people who I feel like are more like shot maker, quote unquote, guys that are more accurate, a little lower power, because they're a lot better at just not throwing it to the right. So they'd rather see a little bit hold left. Um, but I feel like if you can make hook to the right, you can use angle to also create hold left. So I like making hook right if I were to break down a lane. Um, do I think the black hammer is dominant as the purple? No. Why do bowlers tuck their pinky? I used to tuck my pinky for the longest time until last year at Springfield. I was hitting it so hard, I actually hurt myself, hurt my finger right here. So I've untucked it since then, but it's just a feel thing. How do you avoid getting tight and overthinking when things aren't going right? You just got to bring back into your process. It's all about process, right? You probably heard the term, but it's just going through your routine, both on the lanes and off the lanes, right? So on the lanes, it might be grab your ball, wipe it off, do whatever. Do that the same way every time, so it stops you from thinking about any other external factors. And then when you get off the lane, you go through your off lane process, thinking about, all right, what did the ball do? How did it go through the pins? All right, I've determined it did X, Y, Z. These are the things I could do to fix it. As long as you can stay in that process consistently, it doesn't matter whether things are going good or bad. 41 Harry Smith pattern. Never bowl on it, but I think it's easy, so probably doesn't matter. What balls you throw is probably more determined on the house characteristics. Mm, 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 mm. Anybody bowled any honor scores lately? Can I say happy birthday, Sarah, please? Happy birthday, Sarah, please. There you go. Better yet, has anybody bowled Open Championships yet? Any Open Championships bowlers? 750 line ain't bad. May 11th and 12th you bowl. A couple weeks before us. We're bowling May 26th, 27th. Oh, Memorial Day weekend. I heard team event was a little tougher this year, but doubles and singles didn't look very hard. I'll probably find a way to make it look hard, but it's just what I've seen. Oh, by the way, guys, yesterday I was testing out a little more Chat GPT stuff. Chat GPT knows what VLS is, so we might give that a go. Maybe Chat GPT lay out my ball. That seems like it's been heavily requested in the comments, so maybe we do it. I've never bowled the Peterson. I would like to. Wow, my dad is in comments. Scotty invites me to play Muirfield the same day I'm on Open Championship. I'm playing Muirfield every time. If EJ makes TV at the TOC, Player of the Year locked. If Bill doesn't win the TOC, Player of the Year is locked. Bill, in my opinion, is the only person that can stop him. Because Bill has had a good year. He has a lot of points. How did lefties having a hard time leaving flat 7 in World Champ? Well, how lefties had hard time leaving flat 7 in World Champ is because all the urethane ball that they threw pushed the ball all the way down the lane, and they just couldn't get it to tip up the right way. And they didn't want to throw reactive until Russo. You watched me win from the individual college championships yesterday. I was locked in. Yeah. Yes, I was. Is Chat GPT really effective if it doesn't tell you to move left and hit it harder? It's a fact. Yeah, Bill's second half of the season hasn't been very good, but his first half was so good that he kind of has to be in the conversation still. That's what I'm saying. He has to win, I feel like. Especially because EJ picked up 2 wins at the World Series. So now he has more wins than Bill. I would say maybe if he only won the World Championships, Bill would just kind of have to like make the show. But and guys, if you're curious why the live stream is now at 12, instead of 11. If you don't follow TV Bowling Supply on Instagram, you should do that. We are now in our summer hours, even though it's still spring. Weekdays, we're open 1 to 6. Saturday, still 10 to 3. So these live streams will be pushed back another hour. Is my two-handed Arsenal set for the season? It is. It is. I'm rolling with Tour Dynamics, Fate, The Road, Hustle X-Ray, Pitch Black, and Ice. The good old Fate's getting the pitch plug, actually. It's right here. And the Pitch Black. All reliable. Two wins plus all those shows is going to be tough to beat. Yeah, but if Bill wins, he's got 2 majors, and he's made a good amount of shows. And he'll end up with more points, I think. So. Any tips for consistency? As a two-hander, missing my mark a lot, and it's always to the inside. Likely your elbow is coming out early. We have a release video done by Christopher himself, explaining things you can do to help your release be more consistent, keeping that elbow a little more inside. So if you want to, after this live stream's done, go check out that video. You should. So that is likely why you miss left a lot. What happened to Belmo this year? I mean, it's hard to win, but he still has a bunch of top 10s. He's made, 2 major shows? It's hard to win. Take a shower. I took one this morning. How did I drill my Tour Dynamics? Let me show you. Oh, that's Darren messing with my ball. Excuse the tape. Five by 4 by 5. So it should be my ball right after urethane. And actually, after drilling it, weighed it out, it's 14.5 pounds. This ball's super light. So actually, I throw it kind of nasty. But I'm expecting this one to come out quite a bit. 545 2LS. Brush my teeth. I did brush my teeth. I did also put deodorant on. So thanks for the checklist, though. I'm not sure where the concern for my hygiene came in to this chat, but I appreciate it, I guess. Belmont had a good year. I mean, considering all but 4 people, if anybody else had his year, it'd be a good year. Does your PAP change when switching to two-handed? Yep. Why do you think it doesn't get used as much? Tour Dynamics? Like on the tour or just in general? Also, why are there only 22 likes but 164 people in here? 198 now. Tour Dynamics is kind of a niche ball. It's not going to be like a Summit Peak where everybody just throws it. For the general public, I don't think the Tour Dynamics is very good. But if you're bowling a lot of sports shot stuff and you need to really control the lane, it's really good. So that's probably why. Belmo's had a few tough breaks and a few bad games on TV. Yeah, just his ball selection's been a little weird with me. So I always thought he was better when he was a little more aggressive, and it seemed like he's been trying to play the lanes a little more conservative, trying to blend them out a little more, rather than just being a really good shot maker and throwing the ball that will probably strike every time. But I'm not the one coaching him. I'm not the one bowling, and I certainly am not obviously bowling this year, so I don't have a feel for what the lanes are doing, so I can't really make a good judgment. But it's just what I've noticed. Daniel, hope all's well with you as well. Hope you like that ruby still. Is the switch to two-handed due to injury? No, the switch to two-handed is because it's what I do during the summer, and I want to bring some other content to you guys. So there's actually a lot of new people here as far as subscribers, because last year, entering the summer series, I think we had probably 20,000 less subscribers. So um, for all you guys joining the journey this year, hope you guys enjoy. It's a lot of fun. Jalen and I, we bowl against each other. The first week, which the bowling's gonna happen on May 8th. I don't know when the video is gonna come out, but the first week he's not gonna be there, so it's gonna be just me. He's gonna be still at school. He graduates that week, so it'll just be me. Any news on the new blackout ball coming in May? I mean, I have the news. If you watched the Shark Championship, you'd know. But I'm not gonna jeopardize myself and say anything what it is. All I'm gonna say is I literally have one right next to the tripod. Brant, we are still live. Brant, we are in summer hours. I don't know if I told you on Saturday, but we're in summer hours now. So 1 to 6, keep that in mind. So if you try and show up after 6, I will not be here anymore. What are my busiest days of the shop? Typically Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Do I think a 1/4 inch reverse is enough for two-handers? Chris and I typically go at least 3/8 for everybody. For me, right now, since going to second knuckle, I'm down to second knuckle, Belmo style. I'm at 7/8 reverse. We get a curry check today. Now, today was a little bit of baked rigatoni, and now I've got some tamales I'm eating, but I'm kind of full now, so, put those in the back burner. Maybe eat them later. Summer series is about wrecking Jalen with two hands. That's pretty much it. Your ball flares halfway up the ball. Should I change my release? Or if it working, don't fix it. Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But it's likely indication that your layout's a bit strong. It's going to be hard for the ball to shape down lane because it's flaring a lot. That means it's using a lot of energy in the front part of the lane. But if it works, keep using it. Yeah, I'm going to try and make the summer series a little more interesting this year. Got a couple of ideas. Jalen and I are going to have a year-end bet for the whole, or I guess a summer-end bet, season-end bet, whatever you want to call it. We're going to have a season-end bet, something to do with like probably total pins or something like that. So it'll be a little more interesting for people to, keep tuning in every week. If you lived in the area doing open championships, would it be beneficial for you to watch other people bowl to see how the lanes are reacting? Yeah, you can get an idea, but I wouldn't take what you see as gospel. I would just notice things, maybe notice what kind of balls people are throwing. But as far as like, oh, this guy's playing 13-7 with a harsh reality, and he's throwing a lot of strikes. I'm going to play there when I bowl in 2 months from now. Don't do that. Just take notice that, oh, he threw a harsh reality. Oh, that's where he's playing. Gives you a general idea, but don't be like, yes, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Because in 2 months now, the lanes are going to be rerun. Let's see, what's 2 months? give or take 60 days. They bowl about, what is it, 4 squads a day, 5 squads a day, switching from the doubles pattern to the singles pattern. So 4 times 60, and not even the same pattern getting run. 240 runs of a pattern of the lane. The lane machine's going to go down the lane, give or take 240 times. By the time you bowl in 2 months, it'll be different. It'll be different. So, yeah, it could be beneficial, but don't take too much of that information and just notice certain things. Do I think I'll eventually push to be better two-handed than one-handed, or is it just for fun content? I really put some consideration into it. I think I've made a pretty beneficial change by going to second knuckle. I'm throwing it a lot better, a lot more consistent now. Um, in the coming week or so, we should have a video coming out where I do bowl two-handed. Um, Fun video with all of Bowl DMC, the new Bowl DMC challenge. So be on the lookout for that. I felt like it was a funny video. Watching the clips, it seemed funny. So hopefully you guys think it's funny as well. But yeah, that's probably the first time that you guys are getting a challenge with me, Darren, and Chris. It was a good time. So you'll get to see a little bit of two-handed there, and you guys can tell me whether it looks better or worse. But yeah, I would like to get better, and I would like to take it out. I at least want to bowl like a league two-handed and see how I can do, see what I can average. I know what I can average one-handed. Like subbing in Mary's League on Mondays, I bowled 18 games just to stay under the 21 game established average number. I backed into 248 the last week. I brought some new balls and they were not the right balls. So for 15 games, I think I was averaging 252, 253, and then I only shot like 680 the last week, which really brought me down. But two-handed, I want to see what I can get to. I think if my spare shooting is cooperating, I can average mid 230s, maybe 240 if I'm bowling really good. But that's something I'd like to see. Another strike challenge. No, it's even better than a strike challenge video. It's more along the lines of a plus 150 challenge, kind of. It's a good time, though. All right, I missed a lot of comments. Hold on. If there's a new phase ball coming soon, blink twice. My eyes just really dry. But there's no new phase ball coming out. Not to my knowledge yet. So if I blink twice, that doesn't mean yes. All right, let's see. What ball will go good between the Pi and the Summit? Regular Summit? Attention star? Ball of the year, Darren says. Barrier cruising Fam Bam. So my first throw is around 13, 14, but when I go for a spare, it's 17, 18. How can I make my first shot higher speed without losing any control? You want to increase your foot speed, but you also want to keep the same timing as you do when you throw it regularly. Who's knocking on my door? Give me a sec. Let me check. Okay, I'm going to go back and order something to eat. Okay. Okay. So I put a sign on the door that says we open at 1. So naturally, people knock on the door and see if we're open. But I'm going to have to go leave the screen again when that lady comes back and tell her that I didn't order her ball yet because I order on Tuesdays. Okay, back to those. All right, so you want to increase your foot speed in correspondence with your timing and your swing as well. If you can get all that synced up together, your ball speed will increase. All right. Based on what we saw in the World Series, do you think that over under 25, 30 years from now, there will be More two-handers than one-handers? Yeah. 20, 30 years? Absolutely. Any ball of the year contenders yet? Attention star. Hoodie has arrived. Your Optimum Idol should be to you in a couple days, if not like today or tomorrow or something. God tier beverage of choice? Man, big Baja Blast guy. Big Baja Blast. Yeah, hard concept to leave. We're not open at 12 if we are open at 1. I didn't think about that being confusing. Maybe it's not, but who knows? Black ball. Maybe I can show you without any logos. Oh, That's all I'm showing you. That's all you get. We do open 12 Central. That is a good point. Good point. There was one time on Tuesday because I typically come in early to order, and so I normally I come in the shop, but I leave the lights off, and I do my order, and it's like 11:30, and this guy just walks into the shop. He sees me in there, but the lights are off, so he just automatically assumes he can walk in and start just start wanting to order things. So luckily, Jalen was there to talk to the guy. But I'm just like, if a store on the street, if I was walking by and there's a store that interests me, but the lights are off, I ain't going in. All right, be right back. All right, back. Yeah, I'm not walking into a store that has its lights off. It's just not happening. Especially if the door says I'm open at 1 and I look at my watch and it's 12:30. Personal opinion. Hey, you just won a high road at a youth tournament. What do you think about the ball? Go ball? Goat ball? Now, Brant, you never show up early. You just stay late, which is fine, especially if I'm giving a lesson. I don't really care, but just don't show up early. I ain't ready. What RG ball is close today? No rule exists. Gem Mabby. Whatever. Talk about this box right here. Should I fix that? There you go. Oh. Oh, by the way, guys, if you again, if you don't follow TV Bowling Spot on Instagram, you should. But if you don't, we got new spare balls. We got new spare balls. TV Bowling Spot spare balls. We got them. Oh, they put the new ball on the website? Okay. Well, you guys can go on the website and look what it is. Yeah, robbed. When I flip someone off, am I a thumb out or thumb in when you get pissed and flip? I'm a thumb in guy. I think it really adds a. It's like making a fist, right? It's like ah, but it's like ah, you know. I'm a thumb in guy. Thumb in guy. I feel like thumb out is the way you do it for like a friend. Like, hey, Darren, fuck you, you know. But I don't flick people off when I get mad though. It's not my go-to. Yeah, let me know if like on Facebook or whatever they announce the new ball or not, because then I can start. Then I'll start talking about it. But I'm not going to talk about it before corporate. Does the layout matter on a plastic spare ball with a core? It can, yeah. Like if you wanted to lay out a plastic ball or mix to try and hook, if you're someone that throws it really slow and you want a plastic ball to throw strikes with, you could go with like old school layouts, like just axis weighted or something, things like that. Or on the flip side, if you want one to really not hook, you can kind of throw it on the negative side where the CG would be on your track. Thumb down. Trying to think what other things I can show you guys. Also, if you again, don't follow TV Bowling Supplies Instagram. Until the end of the month, this month, for the rest of this month, as long as you bring proof that you saw the post, or you just tell me, hey, you guys still running the $30 off? We were offering $30 off any bowling ball purchased and drilled here at TV Bowling Supply. So if you're in the area, until the end of this month, $30 off. Dombrowski threw a tropical storm on TV a couple years ago, so doesn't surprise me one bit. Man loves his purple tropical. Am I an angry driver? No, I'm not particularly angry. I'm a bit quick. Stance on Chick-fil-A. Haven't been back since they discontinued the honey pepper pimento sandwich. I'm really angry about that. So I haven't been back since. Do you think the Optimum Idol is a good league house shot ball? I think it's a good everything ball. Not going to be ball of the year because it's not going to be as good for everybody as the Attention Star is. But I think it's one of those balls where you can put holes wherever you want and it'll probably strike. Thoughts on Scotty and Nelly? Yeah, I wish somebody in bowling. I feel like it's now bowling. It's probably harder to do it because bowling is so random and environment based. Like at the World Series, there was just going to be no chance that a right-hander wins every single event. But in golf, I feel like if you're just good, you're going to be good. And that's why I like golf better than bowling. If you're good, you're just going to be good. No matter what the conditions are, you're just going to be good. Like EJ's doing his best because I get he's the best in the world right now, and he probably should win a lot more if the game was fair. If the game was fair, he should have 68 titles, maybe more, if the game is fair. But bowling's not fair. Drink challenge. Chris would win. The only chance Darren and I would have is not missing spares. But as far as like drinking, Chris has the highest um tolerance. Darren, if he misses one spare, he's out. I can last a little bit, but Chris would have the highest tolerance. Sublime ball a year, maybe. There'll be a new sandwich called the Maple Pepper Bacon Sandwich coming out soon. Are you like a Chick-fil-A insider or something? Because the honey pepper pimentos come back towards the end of the year. That'd be fantastic. What are ways you see to make bowling fair? You cannot make bowling fair. There's no way you can make bowling fair because it is one of the, if not the only sport where the area of play is changed and manipulated significantly every single time a bowler throws a shot. And I know, like, to an extent, it happens in golf, but it's not as large of a factor as it is in bowling, right? It's not like, let's say, the morning tee times they play, and then the guys later, they have to tee off from 30 yards further back because the course has changed or something. Bowling, you get to a pair, somebody may have shot 300 on 5 games ago. You're not going to play the same line as that guy shot 300 on because there have been 5 games worth of shots with at least 3 people on the pair. So it's 15 games worth of shots, 150 frames worth of shots, right? So at least 150 strike shots have been thrown. The condition is not the same. You're not playing the same game ever. That's why bowling's not fair. I always said right-handers and left-handers should be split. But people like Simo kind of fucked that up because they just throw backup balls. But that would be the closest way. I mean, it would be fair and it would be unfair, right? That's the whole thing with bowling. You could do things that would make it more fair and it would also make it more unfair. So it's just the nature of the sport, and there's nothing you can really do about it. Any more fun challenges with me and Mare? I'm gonna try and get her out for the summer series again, but doubt it'll happen. What are the most frustrating things customers can do as pro shop owner? Talk with no real purpose, especially when there's other customers behind them. So if they're just talking just to talk, and I'm not saying you got to buy something, but at least ask a informative question. But if they're just talking just to talk, and there's customers behind, I'm not to the point in my life yet where I'm like, all right, you got to stop talking. I got other people to take care of. Like, I feel like I'm too nice. I just let them talk. But to me, that's like the worst thing people can do. Oh, Alex Haddon, Chick-fil-A employee. Man, you could be useful. Oh, they announced the tropical surges too. Nice. I'm getting one of those 2,000 grip ones. 100%. If ball ends up in a divot, players should be. Yeah, that's a. Yeah, that should be a rule. Yeah, bowling on a completely stripped lane. Um, that would make it fair. Oh, touch and move balls in this way. Well, none of that bothers me when people move them and they don't move them back. They just fucking flip my balls upside down and they don't flip them back. Ooh, that gets me. Gets me good. Austin Gilbert, what's up? What's up, buddy? Hope all is well. Yeah, yeah. Tee times definitely matter. Weather and all that changes. Greens get stepped on, stuff like that. But it's just nowhere near as altering as bowling. and also topography, right? I mean, I guess you can argue the undulations of golf courses, but the same undulations, I feel like are going to favor or make more difficult for majority, if not everybody, playing golf, right? Topography, it could favor right-handers, not favor left-handers, or it could be the other way around. You do not have the yo-yo style release. Should you practice to change? I think especially like the yo-yo drill is useless. It's all about getting your hand in the right position first to allow yourself to do quote unquote yo-yo. So if you're someone who's like this at release, the yo-yo drill is not going to be helpful for you because there's nothing you can yo-yo from this position. It's all about practicing getting your hand behind the ball, getting your elbow in, and then from there you should naturally be able to just roll the ball off your hand. Or like in my video, like I said, your hand will just uncoil as long as you can load it or get it in the right position to start. So yo-yo drill, not a fan of. I'm not a fan of it. What balls am I throwing and liking? I'm not throwing anything because I don't bowl. But what balls do I like? Attention Star. I think DNA Coil is actually very good. A bit stronger than the Attention Star. If you guys are new to the stream, this is me looking outside the wall. Are we talking just new balls? Hustle BRY, I've been liking a lot. Hustle X-Ray two-handed has been really nice. Optimum Idol, obviously. I think it's my favorite ball right now. And yeah, I mean, it might just sound like me talking like a staffer, but I've actually really enjoyed Attention Star, Optimum Idol, Hustle BRY, and I haven't gotten to throw DNA Coil a lot, but I feel like it is very good. The road is good? Question mark. Darren and Chris throwing it made it look really good. In the video we shot, it looked really good for 2 games, and then the lane ran out of oil. But I think it'll be very useful. Big gap filler. Just curious why everyone loves the Attention Star so much. It's because, all right, let me map it out for you. It is a cleaner asymmetric ball. So it being cleaner, it is easier to get through the front part of the lane. But the combination of how much additive they put in that cover, along with the core strength, it allows it to shape in the middle part of the lane in a way that seems beneficial for a lot of people. All right, so it's clean. Sometimes with these clean balls, you get a little too much of a sharp reaction, or with asymmetric balls that are too clean, they get going a little too forward too quick. Their hook phase gets a little too short. With this ball, you get easy clearance to the front, which is good for a lot of house shot bowlers, and you get a long hook phase, which means it's a little rounder when it transitions. Similar reason to why the UFO alert was really good. It is very similar to why the Attention Star is very good. I just feel like the Attention Star doesn't continue as well as the UFO alert, but it has similar properties where, like I said, it's clean, slows down really well in the middle part of the lane, and that just makes it very usable. Did that sound very salesman-like? Because I was trying. Is 38 feet short for an average house shot? Kind of. Sublime, worth the hype? I like Sublime. I think it's kind of the closest thing we've gotten to Marvel Pearl in a while. A little stronger, but everything is nowadays. Attention Star more useful than Vibo? I think Vibo is better for stand left, throw right because it is a little bit quicker. But wide range of usability, Attention Star. All day. What's my favorite urethane ball? Pitch Black, IQ 78. Truth be told, I haven't thrown a 78U, so by default, Pitch Black. Fast pitch, close second. Very, very, very close second. What made me gravitate towards Storm Roto 900 over the other brands? Well, 9 years ago, the year 2015, actually, let's go even further than that. The year is 2010. 14 years ago, I won the Storm Prodigy contest where they flew out Norm Duke and some other Storm guys. We all hung out. We had a great time, built relationships there. And from that point on, they allowed me to get bowling balls at cost. Um, so I predominantly used storm balls for the next 4 or 5-ish years, sprinkling in a couple of ebonite balls and Brunswick balls here and there. But the year 2015, I won the intercollegiate singles, MVP. I won pretty much everything. I was the best in the business in college. And they reached out. They said, hey, we want to put you on staff. I said, okay. So that's the story of how I've been on Rotogrip for, I think this was my 10th contractual year. And been here ever since. Am I a chocolate or a candy kind of guy? Neither. Neither. New Marvel ball, I wish. Chris and I said if we were ever allowed to make a ball, a TV bowling supply ball, 2 balls actually, it would be the Marvel core, so the centripetal core, not C3, just regular centripetal. Mine would be the REX Pearl with centripetal. His would be NEX Solid with centripetal. For those of you who don't know, NEX Solid, proton physics, high road max. You may have seen Chris throw that a couple times on TV. For me, just every REX ball has rolled very good. So REX Pearl, centripetal, modern day Marvel Pearl, NEX Solid, modern day Marvel S. I think they need to go ahead and do that. Excuse me. How did Darren get on Storm? Same way. They just reached out to him, and that's it. Any goated archive SPI ball that you love / want to bring back? Hypercell, Asylum, Rising Star, Special Agent, Prodigy, Marvel, Marvel Pearl, Marvel S, Hypercell Skid. Is that enough? Thoughts on Weber being LTU at ITC? Congratulations to them. I thought the celebration was a little egregious, a little over the top, a little offensive, but I understand the joys of winning in a team atmosphere. So, all right, couple more questions I'm going to answer, and then I got to go take a pre-opening poop. What would be the name of my ball if I got to design one? I always joked because I always said it would be a cell ball, and I call it the China cell. Any reason why the racers don't have interchangeables for both feet is a patent issue. It's a patent issue because Brunswick, not Brunswick, Dexter owns that patent, I think. Don't know for sure though. Yeah, the Korean road grip racers, yeah, they have the interchangeable on both. Those are fantastic. Those of you who keep asking, I'm surprised most people haven't figured out already. I do use a pair of roto grip racers from Korea. What would be your second choice of brand to throw? I'm not going to say that. That puts me in jeopardy. Second choice, other than roto grip, would be Storm. Actually, 900 Global. Have I ever thrown a hot cell? I have thrown a couple of hot cells. Alrighty, last question, then I'm going to go take my poop. Because I'm actually going to end up opening late if I do go take my poop. But 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and thank you guys so much for joining me on this Monday. Hopefully I can come back next Monday after my dentist appointment, getting a chip in my tooth fixed that has been there for about 2 years, 2.5 years. If you guys have seen, if you guys have noticed, if you guys have talked to me close up, you may have seen that my front tooth is chipped. I'm going to get that fixed next week. So I will see you guys next week. Hopefully, if not, I will see you guys in the week after. Be on the lookout this week for the Bowl DMC Challenge video featuring the road. We're all throwing the road. So it should be a good time for you guys to watch. It should be exciting. And I hope you guys have a wonderful Monday. I hope you guys have a beautiful week. I hope you guys earn a lot of money. And I hope you guys have all the happiness that you want in your life this week. I will see you guys next time.